All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday coaching call. My name is Amy Sexsmith, and I'm really excited tonight to have our friend and guest, Karonne Brennmann, Blue Diamond from New Hampshire. And Karonne, I just have to tell everybody, because you and I have something in common today that I think is quite funny, because we're both really juggling schedules today. We both have daughters that have birthdays today.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful, huh? Special girls. Great day to be born.
Yeah, that's right. And here we are. It's June 30th. We're halfway through 2011. And Karonne, we probably have a lot of different people listening into the call. And you know what? Some of those people are probably making their goals, hitting their goals, where they want to be right now. But we probably have people who are also on the call who maybe aren't hitting those goals. Maybe they set a 90-day goal or a goal for the year, and they're not coming close to it. And Karonne, you've been in this business for a long time, and you know what it takes to be successful. What is the difference when it comes down to it between those people who are making their goals and the ones who may not be right now?
Well, I think it's two things. I think that it is action and it's mindset. Those are the two key things that distinguish someone who's making their goals and who are not making their goals. And I think we can kind of step back and kind of look at, well, who are leaders? And a lot of times people come into the business and they think they're just started or whatever, but you're a leader from the moment you step into this business if that's how you hold yourself. And leaders look into the future. And if you don't plan for the future, you're not going to have one. So leaders come in and they have a plan, and it's so great in this business. It's so easy to make that plan. You just look and say, okay, great. When am I going to be a Ruby? Everyone who comes into the business, that's the first thing I ask them is, when are you going to have 4 executives on your front line? That's the first milestone in this business. But the leaders think about their future, and they're always creating clarity for the future. And leaders, they think that they can do it. So, I know that whenever I wake up and I'm in a crappy mood, I got to do something to shift that mood because I'm going to be right. We're always right about where we're standing and what we're thinking. So if you're thinking crap, you're going to get crap. And I got to tell you, there have been times in my business where I am not in a great mindset, and this just actually happened recently. I have a friend who is a team elite and had some interesting things to say about the Team Elite trip that weren't really positive, and I kind of got, I kind of bought into it. And there were a few days where I was what I would say in the toilet, and I had some negative conversation going on. It's really interesting. When you are that way, you attract more matter of that kind. And I found other people in the business who had the same complaints. And then, I realized I got to do something about this. So I called someone in my upline, and I aired my concerns, and we worked it out, and we created a new possibility. So that's another little tip is that, we always say that when you're hot, you call your downline, and when you're not, you call your upline. Now, of course, you don't want to call your upline and complain and crap all over them. You want to call with a commitment to get out of the crapper, as I say. So, when I called, I was like, hey, look, I am in a negative space. I need to clear some of this and create a new possibility for myself. Are you willing to have a conversation with me like that? And then I let my upline know, look, I need to just kind of download a few things that I'm concerned about, and let's work it out. So, but if you call and you complain, your upline's not going to be calling you back too often. So if you have something that's not working, call with a commitment to resolve it. Let's see here what else. I think there is a formula for success, and it's belief and action. So belief and action is really the keys to success in my book, and your belief is crucial. There's lots of ways to work on it. We always say that in this business you need to have a belief in 4 areas. You need a belief in yourself. You need a belief in the company. You need a belief in the products, and you need a belief in your upline. So you got to create those relationships with your upline. You have to create that relationship with the company. One of the first things I do when I bring someone into the business is I call up their company rep, and I introduce them to their company rep, and I let the company rep know what their goals are, and they talk. And then I coach my downline in being great to their company rep. If he does something nice for you or she does something nice for you, send a little thank you note. I'm really a big person on handwritten notes. I think that makes a world of a difference as opposed to emails. But you want to, keep that connection strong. And I got to tell you, there's executives in my group who have gotten some really nice things done by their reps because they've created that relationship. They're gracious and they're kind, and they get things done. I always say you get more done with honey than with vinegar. So just the other
Karen,
day.
that's a really good point. The 4 beliefs. Could you say those 4 beliefs one more time? Because
sure,
I find that if you are having one of those down moments, sometimes I feel like this business can be like a roller coaster. You're going to have you have your up moments, but you're going to have your down moments. And I feel like the moment you have a down moment, figure out where is your belief failing you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
look at it and fix it. Just fix it.
Exactly.
So can you say
true.
those 4 beliefs? Those 4
sure.
beliefs.
So
again?
a belief in yourself. Say you wake up one day and you're just not feeling good. Well, what's that all about? Well, you could spend hours and hours trying to figure out why. We all have baggage. We all come from, all kind of different circumstances. So if I wake up in the morning and I notice that I'm not feeling good, the first thing that I do is I get out my journal and I write down 5 things I'm grateful for. There is nothing that will change your space when you put your eye on gratitude. And gratitude is the key to life, period, as far as I'm concerned. So if you're not in a great mood, sit down, write down 5 things you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I have hot water. I'm grateful that I'm totally healthy. I am grateful that I have a fabulous husband who brings me coffee in the morning. I am grateful that my dogs come to me and lick my toes in the morning, Well, they can be simple little things. When you think about that, I don't know, how 1/3 of the world doesn't even have running water, lights. How lucky am I that I'm sitting here in a room with, 5 lights? So you just put yourself in that space of gratitude. Another great thing I do sometimes throughout the day, if I notice I'm losing a little energy, I'll just sit down and I'll close my eyes and I'll visualize the things that I'm grateful for. But gratitude is awesome. Belief in yourself is crucial. I start my morning out by meditating. After I meditate, I do my I have a statement of what I'm committed to creating in this world, and I read that statement to myself out loud. I do my gratitude journal, and then I read for 20 minutes. I remember Brian Tracy said this over 30 years ago to me at a meeting I was at with him. He said, if you want to change your life, he says the easiest way to do it is to read 20 minutes every morning before you get out of bed and 20 minutes every night before you go to bed, some positive book. Right now I'm reading 60 Seconds to Yes, and I'm also reading Don Fala's book on the 45-second presentation. And I don't think that, I love that one. The thing, it's interesting just to sidetrack on books and, different technologies. There's all kind of great stuff out there, and I think you have to read the stuff and see what fits. What bothers me sometimes is things kind of buzz around, like right now the 60 Seconds to Yes is buzzing around, and everybody wants to throw out, the baby and the bathwater, and now this is the way to recruit. I don't agree with that. I think there's some great things in that program, but I don't think that that's the end all. The same with Don Fala. I think Don Fala has some great things, but once again, that's not the end all. You want to take the pieces that work, take the stuff that your upline is using, and find the pieces that work for you. But so believe in yourself. So you kind of shored that up now. You've done your morning routine. Hopefully you've gone out and exercised, walked the dogs, gone to the gym, done something to get those endorphins going. Now you need to have belief in the product. Well, hopefully you're going to come home now and hop in the shower. And when you hop in the shower and you wash your face with the 180 face wash and you scrub your body with the body loofah, oh, my God, you guys, the other day I did a body polishing. This is an awesome thing to do for the summer. You take the body loofah and you on dry skin, you're not in the shower yet, and you take some and you just rub it on your legs. And first it kind of turns all white, and you just rub and rub and rub and rub and rub, and it pretty much disappears. All right? And then you do it on your arms and any place else you really want to get a great exfoliant. Then you hop in the shower, you rinse that off, and then when you hop out, you put the perennial body smoother on. And, your skin just shines and glows. It's the most amazing
never heard that before, Karen. I've heard lots of little tips of your skin products, and I love the loofah. I use it to shave my legs.
Yeah, well,
but I've never heard about that, using it without water beforehand. That's awesome.
It's called body polishing. And salons, in the old days when I used to work with a lot of salons, they used to charge $40 for doing 2 legs. The other thing is if you galvanic, I've been galvanicking my calves. They need to lose a little weight, and I've lost 1/4 of an inch on each calf, and I've only galvanicked 6 times in 2 weeks. But what I did that day when I galvanicked, then I loofred, and then I shaved my legs. And oh my God, it was, I don't know what it did to the hairs, but they are all gone. I have never had such smooth legs. It was very exciting to put on my little silk pajamas. So now you've used the products and you're just feeling good. I get out of the shower and the first thing I throw on my face is that Future Serum. And it's like, my face just says, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, of course, I lay around another 8 other products. And then you have your breakfast and you take your vitamins and your vitality and you're feeling great. So hopefully you have, some strong belief in the product. Now, if you don't, and you don't know how to use the products, call somebody in your upline and they'll give you the body polishing tip, or they'll tell you, one of the magic tricks you can do with the products. Our youngest daughter, she's 15, and she kind of was not on board totally with the whole new skin makeup. She liked MAC makeup and that's the Bare Minerals. And so I showed her that the Bare Minerals was not as great as our makeup, that Bare Minerals actually uses talcum powder. And talcum powder is harsh on the skin. It's opaque. If you looked at the molecule under a microscope, it would look like a hairy little jagged ball. And what we use is rice powder, which is smooth and translucent, and your natural skin tone shine through, yet it gives you coverage. And there's a demonstration I did where I have these 2 plexiglass panels, and you put some Bare Minerals on it, and then you put some of our powder or blush or eyeshadow, and then you take a compact and you try to have it slide down the plexiglass. You hold it up like a hill, and the one from the Bare Minerals kind of hardly slides down, and ours just slips right down the plexiglass. And I showed her a couple other tricks, and she did a video on YouTube, but she now calls herself New Skin Girl 16, I think. You could go see her on YouTube. So she's a believer in the products. See, all she had to do was talk to somebody who knew something about the products. All right, so now you have belief in yourself, you have belief in the products, you have to have belief in the company. And the best way to do that is get to convention. If you haven't registered, register now. And I got to tell you, every year I think, what am I going to this convention for again? It's like, oh, my Lord, it's all kind of, hassle and this and that. And every time I go, how could I get more inspired, right? How could I hear another new thing? But every year the convention takes me to another level of belief. And the other thing, I was just telling one of my executives that he wasn't really going to go to convention because he's been to like 6 TEUs and different things at the company. And I said, look, if you don't go to convention, no one in your downline's going to go. And it makes such a difference in people's worlds. And this convention coming up in October is a global convention. So that means everybody from all over, all 51 countries will be there. And that's such a phenomenal opportunity. And I tell you, that's the only place I ever need business cards. I never use business cards in this business, but when I go to convention, I make sure I go get 100 business cards made, because that's where I've made my friends throughout the years. That's where, I met Patty Namici, and she's like one of my best buddies now. That's where I've met people so I can do 3-way calls with. That's where you connect with people in other countries so that you can recruit in other countries. And you may not have anyone in Romania or in, the Netherlands today, but you get those cards in October, and when you do, I actually have a file with all cards of distributors from all over the world. And so when I need somebody somewhere, I look through there first, and I can find connections. I was just in New York, and I got some business cards, and I met a fabulous woman from Thailand who says, when you come to Thailand, you call me, I'll show you around. And, so that's just another great gift of the convention. But to see Blake and Steve and Sandy and Scott and Brett. I mean, just to hear them talk, their vision, and to explain the science. You hear the scientists. I mean, it's just a worth it trip. So I know there's still room. I know that you're going to be staying a little bit outside of the convention area now because most of those really close hotels are sold out, but they provide free bus shuttle for everyone. It's very convenient, very timely. The shuttles come every few minutes, and it seems to work really well. Do you have
and I'd like to slip in a little note right now, if it's okay, Karen.
Yeah.
GPN will be announcing next week. We have been telling people, spreading the word that we will do something on Thursday evening at convention on the 27th. We've actually grown. That event has grown, and we're actually going to do a 3 to 4 hour training Thursday afternoon, starting around 2 o'clock. It'll be John and Giselle plus Craig Bryson, and then we'll take a break. And for the people who want to, we're going to have online registration for this. We're going to do a buffet dinner, and it'll be a great opportunity to sit with different people, have dinner, be social, hear stories, and that type of thing. So we're going to announce all of that next week. So everyone, please look for that.
So that's awesome. Well, fabulous. And, the other thing I say, set a goal. Register for convention and decide, are you bringing 5 people, 10 people, 20 people? You may not even have a single person signed up now, and it doesn't matter. Once again, leaders look to the future. So you set that goal, you keep your eye on that goal, and you just think about the people's lives that you can change by getting them in this business and getting them into that convention. I've had people who have come to the convention 5 days before it started. They sign up, and because I am so excited and turned on that they get to the convention, and what a difference it's made in their lives. So yes, register yourself, set a goal, and then just start going out there and sharing yourself, because you have a chance to make a huge difference in people's lives by attending and bringing them with you. So now you have belief in yourself. Another great way to get belief in the company is go online and listen. There's some great stuff in the Source, where you can see Blake and Sandy and Steve talk about different subjects, and you get a sense of who they are. You can watch some old company videos. They're online. There's like videos from past conventions and things you can watch. So that will help with your belief. And then the last belief I believe you need to have is you need to have a belief in your upline. You need to know that these are the people that are here to help you. And unlike traditional business, we work for you. We're not successful unless you're successful. So we're here to, do one-on-ones with you, or 2-on-1s, 3-way calls, train you to help you out. We're here for your success. I tell my folks that are working, you can't call me too much. I have one guy, he calls me sometimes 3-4 times a day. I love it. But it's always like, oh, my God, Karen, I just talked to this guy, and he needs this, this, and this. What do you think I should send him? Or, oh, wow, I just met with so-and-so, and this is what happened, and what should I do next? It's like, I love that stuff, great. If you're working, we are excited to work right beside with you. And, the faster you grow, the happier we all are. So use your upline, get to know them. And there's 6 people in your upline in most cases. I know in my case, I've got about 3 of them who are retired, so it's shortened things up a little bit, but that's okay. That's when you then have Crossline too that you can use. But we have an incredible system here. There's incredible training, right online that you just have some great resources. Yeah, so those are the beliefs that you need to have. And when you have those beliefs and you put them into action, then it's all skill-based. And with skill-based businesses, it takes time. I tell people it's not, this is a journey. You're not going to be perfect all at once, but don't wait till you're perfect. If you just open your mouth and you share. And if you make a mistake, who even knows? I was listening to a call the other day, and this woman was talking. She says, I don't even remember what the person said to me, but they were so excited that I had to listen. I had to go check this out. So, it's really your excitement. We always say that, people will drive 500 miles to watch someone burn with enthusiasm. So just make sure that you're excited, that you're turned on, and that you take action. And, people think, oh, well, I don't, some people talk about you got to go through 100 million people and you got to do this many contacts. I don't know anything about that. What I know is that you need to take action every day, and you have to start where you're at. And this is embarrassing in some ways to say, but you know what my action is every day? My action is talk to one new person. That's it. Brett Nelson was here a few months ago, and he's saying, Karen, before I came out here, I was looking at all the volumes in the area, and you have the most amazing growth. What are you doing? Like I had some big, huge secret, And I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm doing is I just decided to take daily action. And about 3 months ago, I started talking to just one person a day, one new person, 5 days a week. And it took about a month before I really saw any results. Anything great to talk about. But now I'm like smoking because I have this huge pipeline. So if that's all you can do, then do that. Now, obviously, I could do more, but, I kind of enjoying my life and living the dream. But I know that I need to stay in the game, because if I'm not in the game, my downline's not in the game. But really, one new contact a day. Now, that's a new person. So if I talk to Millie today and tomorrow I do a galvanic on her, that doesn't count. For tomorrow, she's a follow-up person. I still now have to find another new person that I've never mentioned the business to. So it seems simple, but there's some days where, it can take me over an hour to find a new person to talk to, and then I have another hour's worth of follow-up to do. So it starts building. But in the beginning, if you're brand new, you can find one new person a day in 10 minutes. Because you haven't talked to, I've been in the business 20 years, so it takes me a little longer. I'm in the cold market to find someone that's the other thing, too. I only talk to people I like, and I only talk to people that I find attractive. Sometimes I'm standing in line or I'm at the dentist's office and there's some big whiny sack next to me. I won't even tell them about the product. It's like, no, I'm not wasting my time with you. So be selective. You have a gift, Let's see here, what else? So if you want, the other thing I always tell my folks, if you want to increase your income, you have to increase your level of service. And this business naturally focuses on that. So I always tell my people, keep your eye on helping others and not on your paycheck. When your attention is to make a difference in people's lives, your paycheck will naturally grow. But if your eye is on, oh, my God, I got to make more money or this or that, it's just not going to happen because your attention is on, I don't have enough. So come from abundance, come from gratitude, and go out in the world and make a difference, and you will see your paycheck go up. Let's see, anything else I have to say on that? I think...
I just think that those are just fantastic tips, Karen. And what I love about the talk to one new person every day is if you're new in this business and maybe you're not comfortable with talking to people, I bet after 30 days, I can guarantee after 30 days of talking to one person new, by the end of 30 days, you're going to have learned really quickly what works, what attracts people, what repels people. You're going to have actually a real conversation you can have with your upline about, gosh, I said this and this didn't work, and then, oh my gosh, I said this and I got an unbelievable result. Because I think scripts are a good guideline for as far as what you're going to say, but when it comes down to it, you really have to develop your own language, right? I mean, Karen,
absolutely.
I bet you don't really use a script. I'm sure, Karen, you just talk because you're coming from that place of, I believe I am offering information that could help somebody.
Right. There is one piece of a script that I almost use with everybody, and that is, after we've chatted and I like their shoes, or we've talked about the weather and, how I love cannolis, or, whatever. We talk about things. I find something about them I love. I'll say, oh, my, Amy, it's just been a joy chatting with you. You have such fabulous energy, and I just love your daughters. They're just so cute, and you seem to be such a great mom. I just got to ask you something. It's really going to seem kind of odd, but can I just ask you a really straight question?
Yes.
Great. Sure. Listen, Amy, if there was something that could make you some really significant money, do you keep yourself open for other businesses besides your coaching business or not?
I haven't really thought about it, but I guess I would.
Well, great. Well, listen, I have something that I think could be just extraordinary in your life. With your energy and your commitment to making a difference, I would love to get together with you at another time and show you what I'm talking about. Could you give me your number, and let's look and see when we can maybe get together without the kids and maybe meet for a cup of coffee? Would that work for you?
Yeah, sure.
Great. So that I love that one line because it gets real clear. Because a lot of times you'll meet with somebody that you absolutely enjoy and they're wonderful and they have fabulous energy, and then I ask them that, and I've had people say, no, I really don't want to do anything else in my life. And I say, okay, great. I can totally understand it. It's been so fun chatting with you, and I hope you have a fabulous 4th of July. And that's it. Next. Don't care that they don't want to talk to me.
Right.
But, definitely scripts are great. It's a great way to start. But the other thing that you said, Amy, I thought was amazing is that you have to embrace the learning curve. You're never wrong. You're always learning. You're always fine-tuning. 20 years in the business, I'm still fine-tuning. I'm not perfect. I always say the day that I'm perfect, I'll die. So it's going to be years before I'm perfect. Another thing I love to talk to my folks about is I'll say, look, if I had a magic wand right here, and I could double your income, what skill would I have to wave my magic wand to improve for that to happen? And instantly, they know exactly what it is they need to improve because they get very uncomfortable and they get this feeling in their gut or their throat, and they know exactly what it is. It's either they need to improve their follow-up or they need to improve their mindset or they need to, improve their ability to take daily. But they know exactly. I know when I was asked this question just a year ago, I knew exactly what I needed to do at that point at that time, and at that time in my life, I needed to improve the way I closed. My clothes sucked. I didn't ask a complete question. I didn't shut up long enough to let them answer. So I worked on that skill, and my business took off again.
Yeah, and if people who are listening, if you really don't know how to answer that, which I'd be surprised if you didn't, you can, it is a good idea to use a tool like Step Tracker to keep yourself accountable where you can track. And as soon as you start writing your numbers down over the course of a couple of weeks, it becomes really clear where it is that you need to improve.
Yeah.
And now, once again, it's something that you can really talk to your upline about, get the right coaching, and move forward. It's a lot more fun to talk to your upline about things like that than just, just complaining about nothing. But, Karen, there's something that I know I'm really excited, and I'm sure you are too. We all have a new tool that we can put into our prospecting arsenal, and that's the Dr. Chang's book, The Aging Myth.
I know. Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, one of the best ways to attract people is third-party validation. People love third-party, and when you have a hardcover book that's on its way to becoming a New York Times bestseller, I checked right now, Dr. Chang's book is been in the top 100 books sold on Amazon.com. It's actually in the top 50 books of Amazon.com for the last 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's just Amazon.com. It's also being sold on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, someplace else. If you have not ordered yourself a copy, go to one of these websites, one of these major booksellers, order yourself a copy because it's a great. I think it's going to be a great tool to use as a third-party validation. Maybe someone who just wants to put their toe in the water, see what the company is about. What a great
absolutely.
Tool.
Carry it around with you because it's great just to pull right out of your bag and say, look, I'm working with this incredible anti-aging company. It's the only anti-aging company out there that's dealing with aging at a genetic level. It's just amazing. And here's a book that was just written, The Aging Myth, of Dr. Joseph Chang. He's our head scientist. You've got to check this out. Let me just read you this one paragraph or whatever,
Right.
But that's an absolutely great tool. But I'll tell you, I'll have people who will call me, or maybe I'll call my downline and, I haven't made my volume, I really did it, whatever. I'll say, okay, great. Well, get out your Step Tracker. Oh, well, what is that? And it's something that I've actually emailed them and they haven't done anything with. And so when we get there and we clean it all out and we get them up and running, they're going to start tracking. It's just amazing because when you can go over those results, like Amy says, it's so clear. I had some, no one wants to do this business. Well, when we looked at her results, she talked to 5 people. How can you say no one wants to do this business? Now, sure, those 5 people all said no, but that's just 5 people. You know? Right. But it's amazing how many times I've heard that from people. Oh, no one wants to do this, or this is so hard, and they just, talk to usually it's like 3 people. The average amount I've noticed is about 3 people, and they make that the whole world. And those 3 people, they actually absolutely puked all over them. I would have said no to them too. So that's the other thing. I always tell my folks, the moment you get someone who says no to you, you don't make any more calls. You don't talk to anyone else. You get on the phone with your upline, and you get complete. Because if you try to work on top of a no, your energy level has dropped 10 points. And now you're not burning with enthusiasm. You're mildly interesting. And you talk to another person who says no. I've had people that, by the 3rd time, well, Amy, you probably won't want to hear what I have to say. As a matter of fact, it's kind of stupid what I'm doing. But have you ever heard of this company called New Skin? And then you get them on the phone. Oh, no, I said exactly what you told me to. So it's very interesting. Well, I think we're just about out of time here, girlfriend. Is there anything else we needed to cover?
Oh, Karen, thank you so much. It was so much fun with you tonight, and really lots of great information. I love the beliefs, the 4 beliefs. Everyone needs to make sure those are in check. And I think the tip, just talk to one new person every day is fantastic. And if you do that every day through the summer we have 3 full calendar months until convention, plus, October, but really 3 full calendar months. So that would be 90 new people.
Yeah,
Imagine what your business would look like is if you had 90 new people in your pipeline by October. What would that convert to? Would that convert to 15 new people on your front line, 30 new people on your front line? I don't know, but 90 new people in your pipeline before a convention.
Yeah, and all it takes is one, even if it's just one. All it takes is one person who gets it and sees this, and your whole world can change.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I hope to get you on again soon. And everyone, have a great 4th of July holiday.
Yes, have a fabulous time. Enjoy. Happy holiday.
All right, bye. Okay. Thank you, Karen.
Bye-bye.